All right, day number 9, and today's assignment is to pray for military personnel. And so that would be, on one hand, in general, just our armies, military, Navy, Marines, all those guys and girls. But then also, I think specifically, you probably know somebody that is a friend, a family member, something like that, someone in your church that you can pray for. And so we've got a couple guys in our church, one that's in boot camp training, whatever you want to call that right now. He's through the first round, but into the second round. And so he's on my list, praying for him. And then we have some other guys who are in the National Guard, and so they're gone once a month and a couple weeks out of the year. But definitely something that you could text them, call them, ask them, hey, what are some things that we can pray for? But just obvious off the top of our head would be things like protection and physical energy that they need to do all the things, the physical demands of their training. Also just spiritual protection, physical and spiritual protection and safety. As a military typically isn't a friendly place for Christians. It takes a lot of guts and spiritual courage to just to do your thing and to stand up for the Lord. And so be praying that God would give them an opportunity to have a witness, a bold witness, and to stand for the Lord. Any thoughts on that?
I pray protection on their families, and that they're that they will be faithful to their families, similar to how I'm praying for our national leaders, but just all the temptations that come with being away from your family. So I pray that. Word of encouragement for today is, I want to make sure I have the reference right, is so at the end of nearly every day when I pray, again, I'm not praying memorized prayers, but at the end of nearly every day I pray, God, those are my prayer assignments for today, and now I'm just leaving them with you, and I expect you to show up. I expect you to answer these things. I'm not praying that for God, because that's going to get him on the ball. I'm praying that for me, and that's why I'm praying most of the things I'm praying. I'm not praying those things to remind God, but to change and remind me. Because why am I praying if I'm not expecting God to do anything? If that was just a waste of my time or some sort of stupid star on my chart. I am praying these things because I expect God to answer. So I pray and believe Psalm 27:14. It says, wait on the Lord and be of good courage, and he will strengthen your heart. And wait doesn't mean to sit there tapping your toe, looking at your watch. When is he going to do this? Wait means, the word wait there means to look for with expectant hope, to believe that he's going to show up, to know that he's going to show up, because if we've prayed in his will, he absolutely promises that he is going to answer. So then I've said this before, but I get praise hungry. I want to go praise hunting. Sometimes I'll just sit down with my phone after I've prayed, and I'll just text a bunch of people and ask what God has been doing in their lives or how God has been showing up. I will pray for God. I pray this often over a lot of my friends. I pray, God, please pour out your spirit on their mind today. With your spirit, speak loudly into their hearts truth, and just please show them something fresh and new from your word. And then I will check back with that person and be like, how has God been working in your heart lately? How has God spoken to your heart? And then when they have an answer for me, I write it down in my praise section because I prayed for that. And then God did what I prayed for him to do. So Jeremiah 29:13
says, and ye shall seek me and find me when ye shall search for me with all your heart.
So if you're like, I don't know, I just don't have any praises. I don't know, prayer, I prayed for that vacuum cleaner to go on sale on Black Friday 3 years ago and I didn't get it. And so, it's just hard. It's hard for me to keep the faith. I understand feeling let down by really big things that you've prayed and you've been like, God just doesn't answer. Where is God? He doesn't answer my prayers. That is absolutely 100% not true. He does answer your prayers. You need to start praying for things, and maybe for whatever reason there is a specific prayer that you prayed and God in his wisdom and in his goodness did not answer it in the specific way you asked him to. But as you start praying for spiritual victories over people's lives, for God to speak to people in their hearts, for God to spur on a person to act contrary to their default settings of character, and you are praying these things in people's lives, he is absolutely going to answer. So you better seek him, because if you don't seek him, you're not going to find him. You're not going to see him showing up if you're not looking for answers. So I'm praying that at the end of my prayer time. God, now I've prayed all these things and I'm expecting you. How are you going to show up today? I have to go to the grocery store today, and that's such a drag. But God, I believe that in some way you're going to show up. You're going to speak to me there. You're going to do something good in my life today. So I'm expecting you to show up in my life and in my family's lives and in these people that I've brought before you. I believe that you've heard me. So just praying in faith, going praise hunting, and expecting God to answer. So that's day number 9, encouragement for you. So your assignment is to write out military personnel prayer list and to pray. Just pray. Do not get bogged down in the middle of this prayer challenge with thinking, oh, I have to do it again. Yes, every day. It's like oxygen. You have to pray. Today. Day number 10. 9. Tomorrow's day number 10. Getting ahead of myself.